next to each IC you will find many ceramic capacitors, as you can see over here. Okay, many ceramic capacitors. So the ceramic capacitors are always connected to the ground in one side and connected to the IC in the other side. That's why if you find, for example, that these three ceramic capacitors are shorted, means the IC is shorted. So to understand clearly, I can even draw here an IC. This is, for example, an IC. Okay, so this IC basically, we have here, for example, VCC in this point. For example, let's assume we have 19 volt VCC. We have, for example, two enable signals, enable 1 and enable 2. Okay, and over here we will get, for example, an output. As you can see here, this is basically output here. Okay, we will get, for example, 3.3 volt. Okay, so then you will find, as you can see here, some ceramic capacitors, okay, that are connected to the ground. So all ceramic capacitors near integrated circuits are connected to the ground in one side and to the IC in the other side, and of course the IC also is connected to the ground in the other side. So if, for example, let's assume we have C1, C2 and C3. Okay, so if this one, for example, is shorted and this one is shorted and this one is shorted, means what? Means here we have ground and also here connected to the ground. Means the IC, the shorted here is the IC, not the ceramic capacitors. So based on my experience, when I find many ceramic capacitors are shorted, means the IC is connected to the ground, because here this ceramic capacitor is connected to the ground in this side, and when the IC is shorted, this is what happened. The IC connected to the ground in this side, and also the ceramic capacitor connected to the ground. Do you see? Here we have ground and here we have ground, because the ceramic capacitor is connected to the IC. That's why we find this one shorted, but the shorted one is the IC, not ceramic capacitor. So basically this is the second method that I use to check whether the IC is bad or not. But the first method is by checking the heat of the IC using your finger. If you find that the heat is not normal, very hot, means the IC is bad. And the third method is by checking the inputs and the outputs. So for example, basically we should get here 3.3 volt as an output, but if we didn't get 3.3 volt, doesn't mean that the IC is bad. We should first check inputs. We should check VCC 19 volt, is it present or not. We should check these two enablers. Basically, for example, here we have 3 volt and this one 3.3 volt. We should check these two enablers. If we find that all inputs are present, 19 volt are present, enable signal, enable 1 present, enable 2 present, and other input signals, for example, like V reference, for example, and for example, shutdown, the shutdown signal, for example, are present. If all inputs are present and the 3 volt still missing, means the IC is the bad component. As I told you before, always around the integrated circuit you will find many components, especially ceramic capacitors. So for the ceramic capacitors, there is two kinds of ceramic capacitors: power capacitors and data capacitors. For power capacitors are the capacitors that feed the IC with the voltage, like this one, for example. Do you see this one? Here we have a bolded line, means the input for this IC is from here. So this pin of the IC is connected to this capacitor. As you can see, we have the path here, and the other terminal of capacitor connected, as you can see, to ground. We can even check using the multimeter. So let's put the multimeter to the continuity option. As you can see, let's check. To continue with the option is seated correctly. So if I put one probe here, as you can see, and two other probe in this terminal, do you see? So this ceramic capacitor is connected to the IC in this terminal, but in the other terminal, this capacitor is connected to the ground, as you can see. Do you see? Why? Because we have this path over here connected to ground. This is ground basically. So all capacitors around the IC, you will find it connected to the IC in one side and to the ground in the other side. Let's check this one for example. This ceramic capacitor also, as you can see, this pin is connected to the ground, as you can see in this terminal, and this terminal of this capacitor is connected to the IC over here, as you can see. Do you see the path? Here we have the path. The same for this one, for example. Here we have the path, as you can see. So this also connected to this IC in this path, and as you can see here, connected to the ground in this side. This one also, here we have the path connected to the IC here and connected to the ground here, as you can see. We can even check it also, as you can see. Okay, so this information right now, we will use it to find a short circuit. So because the ceramic capacitors are connected to the IC in one side and to the ground in one side, and of course the IC itself connected to the ground, as you can see, in one or two of its pins. Do you see here? These two pins basically are connected to the ground, as you can see. Why? Because we have here this bolded path, means this is the ground. Okay, so when you want to check whether the IC is shorted or not, you can just check the ceramic capacitors. As you can see, this is good, this one also is good, this one also is good, this one also is good, as you can see. If you find any shorted ceramic capacitor in both sides, means not the ceramic capacitor is the shorted component, means the IC is the shorted component. So this is basically the method that we use to detect if the IC is bad or not, by checking the ceramic capacitors around it. If you find that many of ceramic capacitors are shorted in both sides, means the IC is shorted. Let's assume, for example, that this IC, this is the input of the IC in this pin, for example. The output, for example, is 3.3 volt. So to get 3.3 volt here, you should first receive, the IC first should receive the input signals, including here the input voltage, the VCC, for example, 5 volt. If, for example, 5 volt is missing here, impossible. We cannot get here the output. So when you didn't get the output, doesn't mean the IC is bad, is failed. No, you should go back and check all inputs. So for this IC, for example, do you see this IC? Here we have the V out. In pin number 3, we have V out. Basically, V out is, as you can see, if we follow this path, the V out is, as you can see, the VCCP, 1.05 volt for chipsets. This is the V out. But to get this V out here, we need first inputs. So inputs, for example, like the VCC, as you can see here, 5 volt. Do you see here? We have this 5 volt is the first input. We should get here 5 volt. We should also receive power good. So the IC should receive power good. And also, as you can see here, EN means enable signals. Okay, the enable signal. Once the IC receive the input signals, okay, it will generate, as you can see here, the drive. You see here, drive, and over here we have drive. It will generate, as you can see, the drive signals to these two MOSFETs. So drive high signal to this MOSFET and drive low signal to this MOSFET, and then we will get over here the plus VCCP V out. So thank you very much. I hope that you understand a little bit. Please don't forget to like the video, share and subscribe. And for anyone who want to join me in my Patreon page, you are very welcome. You will find many exclusive content, and I'm here for anyone. I can be your mentor and help you in real time until you fix any computer issue you have. You are very welcome. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.